Tell me about the other young man that passed away. I never watched Euphoria.
I've never seen it either, but I heard he was...
Angus Cloud.
I saw a lot of people sad about it.
Fezco from Euphoria. He was the best character by far on that show. That show's super highly touted. I came in here, I remember
better than the Weekend show? I'm asking you, is it better?
I don't know. I saw one episode of that, never put it back on.
No,
I didn't hate it.
1,000%.
I didn't hate it.
He was a great actor, man. He was 25 years old. There's no cause of death, but it sounds like it may have been a self-transition.
Self-transition, I think.
His father died recently, and he was having a hard time.
Really badly.
Dealing with it.
His father passed, I think, like a week or two ago, and they said that he was dealing with it. He wasn't dealing with it the greatest. Like he couldn't get over it.
And he was also like very open about his struggles with mental health. So it's really sad.
But they said like on an acting tip, he was
amazing.
He was really great.
Damn near the whole reason you watch the show. I mean, aside from Zendaya.
I really hate when these people pass and we say he was really open about his mental health struggles. I hate it.
Why?
I just said the same thing about Sinead O'Connor. I'm gonna say it every time. That I don't think that's the time to do it. You think that's the time to do that?
Yeah.
When somebody self-transitions or possibly...
You don't know that they're self-transition.
No.
You don't know anything.
Okay.
They're saying that.
He said it seems like he's self-transitioned.
There has been no official report from anybody attached to him that says this is what happened.
That's true.
That would be speculation and assumptions from the people that are saying it.
Sure.
And while it may be safe to assume, I just think it's ill-timed. It's ill-timed.
To talk about him having mental health issues.
Yo, his father died a couple of weeks ago. He was having a hard time. He went back home with his mom. Well, his mom said, his mom is the one that told us he was struggling with his dad's death.
So I think it's almost like a calming thing or a justified thing. It's like, yo, he was really going through some things, you know what I'm saying? And so if that is the case and he self-transitioned, you kind of preface it and give like a little disclaimer like, yo, he been having a hard time. He's been public about his mental health issues that he's been facing or dealing with to kind of soften the blow almost. I think that's why people might do that.
Do you think that's effective?
Because a lot of people don't look at...
Do you think it's effective in softening the blow?
Yeah, I think when you self-transition, I think if you self-transition, it's
a lot of people don't agree with self-transitioning.
It ain't no softening the blow.
Yeah, I'm so lost.
Wait, hold on, wait.
No, a lot of people don't agree with like
self-transition. That's what I'm saying.
A lot of people look at it as a really bad thing.
They get mad at it.
I'm asking, do you think that when people preface the announcement that way, that it softens the blow?
Yes, I answered you.
How?
He might have.
Tell me how.
You try to empathize with the person a little bit. Try to understand.
I think publicly you'll get a little bit of empathy because, like Flip is saying, a lot of people look at self-transitioning as taboo. Yeah, it's like a taboo. Like
talk about it.
Even in the Bible, it says it's against self-transitioning, and so a lot of people.
Who wrote the Bible?
So
no,
a bunch of people.
I'm not trying to be funny.
Bunch of people,
I'm
allegedly.
really just asking.
A bunch of people, allegedly.
A bunch of people wrote the Bible.
Yes. It's stories from a whole bunch of different people. Allegedly. So what I'm saying is that some of the things in the Bible that they state is that self-transitioning is a bad thing.
I got a better question for you, Joe. So
you know every other author though.
Right. Huh? King James didn't write it. It's just his version.
No, you don't know.
That's his version, right? Yeah, he approved. Yeah. But I have a question for you, Joe, because I remember one time.
So that's why I don't rock with that.
I don't know if he was on Patreon, but I remember one time we talked about self-transitioning, and we say how some people think it's selfish. You don't agree with that, right? You
no,
feel
Joe don't agree with that.
No,
okay, got it. I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page. Well, I'm not on the same page as you, but
then we're not on the same page.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure that I got your vision, clarity, yeah, of how you feel.
How do you feel about that?
I had a couple of people in my life that self-transitioned, and I don't feel good about it. Maybe it's selfish, but I was upset at them for doing that. I don't feel good about it. I don't know. Maybe I could learn from the podcast, people that's not much, but people that's older than me that can show me a different perspective of why self-transition. I shouldn't take it so hard as I took it, but I really don't agree with it. A lot of the
times people...
I don't like it.
When people self-transition, they feel like they are an overwhelming burden on the people that they love, and they feel like removing themselves will make your life better.
What about the stuff that they leave here?
it's not a logical way of thinking. It's a person who's in pain. It's a person who's probably suffering from.
Or it could be logical.
I
was getting ready to say.
You think that's logical?
If you are, because let's just say, hypothetically, if you self-transition and you were a financial burden on somebody that really don't have it, if you are a burden physically on somebody, you get
but I'm not necessarily talking about that. I'm talking about, like, for an example, Anthony Bourdain or Kate Spade. These are people who were multi-millionaires. They were famous. They left behind children. They left behind spouses, or they left behind families. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they weren't the financial burden. They weren't
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. The list goes on. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, when it comes to chronic depression, which is oftentimes a symptom of somebody who self-transitions, it's usually because it is a permeating feeling that they are a burden and that the lives of their loved ones would be better off without them here because they're in so much pain and they can't fix it.
Well, what I've read.
So I say that it's the opposite. Their intention is the opposite of a selfish intent. It is to free you.
I don't think it's selfish. I've read people that have self-transitioned, like with notes and stuff left behind. It's just they wanted to make it stop.
And they want to make that,
whatever pain that they were feeling, not even a burden on nobody else.
Right.
Just they couldn't handle it anymore themselves. They just wanted to make it stop.
There's more than one reason why people self-transition, and that's definitely another one.
But to Ish's point, sometimes it can be logical. We talked about Aaron Hernandez. That seemed to have been logical because of how his family was able to
be compensated.
Yeah. That seemed to be a decision that was made in that moment.
And the example I was given before you stopped me, like, you could be a financial burden on somebody. Like, taking care of a person is hard when people don't have money. We talked about a couple weeks ago the nursing homes and shit like that. That shit is mad expensive, yo. Mad expensive. So a lot of times your kids, you might not want to be a burden on them financially. They might have to stay home to wipe your ass and all of those other things.
Are you specifically talking about people who are elderly and need to be in convalescent homes who self-transition? Or are you just talking about somebody who's able-bodied? Like, age, race, creed, religion, it doesn't matter. Like, people transition, like, you know, make the decision to transition no matter where you are in life.
Gotcha.
What role you're on in
like
life.
all he was just saying is that some people can be logically and
I'm talking about
conscious
you cut me off
decision
twice.
to do it.
I'm saying that somebody could potentially find themselves a burden on their loved ones, and so to not be a burden on their loved ones, they self-transition, and whatever that burden could be.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. What about the people that are hurt by the self? So we're not allowed to be hurt by somebody self-transition or be angry about it. Is that selfish? No, I'm asking. I'm asking.
Of course, you could be.
Absolutely.
Okay. How hard can you take it?
As hard as
you like.
I'm just making
Yeah, ain't no meter.
It's grief. It's gonna rock your world. Yeah, depending on how close you were to the person, or maybe not even. Maybe it's just the fact that they did it.
Too many people self-transition that I believe to be brilliant for me to assume that there's no logic in it. I would never.
What do you mean brilliant?
Robin Williams was brilliant.
Oh,
true.
But look,
Anthony Bourdain was brilliant
in what they were brilliant about. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's somebody that might be a creative that's just an overwhelmingly brilliant individual, but in the other, like, you might be a gifted singer or a brilliant writer, right? Or actor, but in the other day-to-day things, you might not be as brilliant.
In the case of those particular two people, they also had like a history. They had like a history of substance abuse issues. You know, so
God,
that can play.
Get out of this conversation. I'm done with y'all.
What you mean?
They did? I didn't know
They
that.
Both, in the case of those two particular people,
I didn't know that.
Rest in
like
peace, Angus Cloud. I'm not really sure how Euphoria goes on. He was a vital character.
No. My girl watched the show, and so she told me, like, that's who I got it from. She was like, "Yo, he was amazing."
Amazing.
They was like, "He's amazing."
Yeah, my girl watched the show, and that's what she was like, I don't know how the show goes on because the way the last season ended or something, it was like
around his storyline, essentially.
See how even we talking about the brilliance of some of the people that have self-transitioned, right? And we can't even get 3 seconds into that without saying there's substance abuse issues. I'm trying to highlight the logic that comes with the thinking. Like, why do we always have to get to This person was depressed. This person did drugs. This person did.
So what are you talking about logic? We're just talking about factors that
I started this
variables that factor into the reason why somebody would make that kind of decision and why mental health plays a role. There's like there's variables that factor into a decision like that being made, and it's completely individualistic. You know what I'm saying?
That might be true.
It is.
It could.
No comment.
It is. So it's just like logic. Yeah, okay, Aaron Hernandez made a logical decision for his family to self-transition in order for them to be compensated. Yeah, but I don't think that his reasons for self-transitioning and Anthony Bourdain's have anything to do with one another.
That would all be speculative because you don't know anybody's reason.
So
when we start talking about
you don't know.
mental
right.
health problems and substance abuse problems, then it negates some of the logical and sensible reasons why somebody would do something like that. That's all. There's this stigma that anybody that does that is a nuthead.
That's true. True.
And everybody in America, whether consciously or subconsciously, reinforces it.
That's true.
And we do that by, hey, that guy was a mental health, his whole life
saying,
bad.
So saying somebody has mental health issues means they're nuts? The
stigma associated with it, yes. That's true. I agree with that.
Okay, so having mental health issues is code for crazy.
No. Yes, in America,
yes.
In America, yes.
So
maybe not in Canada. In America, yes.
Stop talking about Canada.
No,
because you might not know.
I've literally lived here for 23 years. Okay, so let's just. Okay, I'm proud of where I'm from, but stop. Okay, so there's that.
In America, if you
and I understand that, but is it not reasonable to think that the fact that mental health comes up a lot is because being a part of the conversation consistently is destigmatizing it? Isn't that the whole purpose of normalizing it? Is to have constant conversation about it?
Let me ask you a question. Yeah, you're right. Yes, to answer you, you're right. A lot of people going through and suffering whatever they're suffering. Why do you think they don't make it known? Answer it. The question.
A myriad of different reasons. One,
being judged.
They don't want to be judged as being crazy. That's a major reason why people won't come forward with that stuff.
Man, for real, even us young men, you know, when we talk about having mental health issues,
or going to therapy or any of that stuff, it's a stigma attached to that.
It's frowned upon.
That you're crazy
in our communities and in the world.
I understand that there has been a stigma. I'm not saying that there isn't. I'm saying
and then when you,
that.
Hold on. And then when you finally announce it, they say that you're using it as an excuse. That's another thing. Like when you announce, like I was going through something or I've been suffering from this, man, you're just making an excuse. That you're just giving a reason of why you did the bullshit that you did. A crutch. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of judging when it comes to mental health or admitting that you suffer from some sort of mental health issue.
There's a stigma attached to mental health.
It is, man.
I did not say that there wasn't.
Okay, so
I'm saying that there absolutely was, and I'm saying the reason. I'm saying the reason why it is discussed so freely
because they're trying to normalize it.
Is because that is the attempt to normalize the conversation in order to destigmatize it.
So you can feel more comfortable coming out about it.
That is the point. That is the point, and that's why I think that whenever somebody self-transitions these days, that is why the mental health angle is discussed.
But what Joe was saying is that
he's saying that
Joe was saying that the first thing we have to go, the first thing we go to is
transitioning.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone is.
No, but you said the substance abuse about the two people, and that's a lot of people do that. They give a reason. Sure.
I get your point.
A negative reason.
I kind of agree with it.
Because substance abuse would be a negative. Yeah.
Rest in peace to Angus Cloud and Paul Rubens. Our thoughts and love to your family, fans, loved ones, etc.
Indeed.
Thank you for the entertainment you provided us.
New Joe Budden.